What's going on, everybody? Celtics grabbed their third win in a row. This one coming against the New York Knicks, 114-98. Celtics are now 8-2 on the season and 5-0 at home. Personally, I think this is the best win of the season, the most impressive win. The Knicks come in tonight and they execute their game plan well. They rebound the ball, they're physical, they hit tough shots, but by the end of the game, it wasn't really close. Tonight was the third consecutive game in a row where the offense really looked like it was coming together. The Celtics were up there scratching around that 30 assist mark. And personally, that's something I want to see every night. And it's not only the number of assists that impress me, it's just how they're generating this offense. It's everybody's involved. The ball's swinging around the perimeter, multiple drives and kicks. I always love when the offense comes from the inside out. And a big part of that playmaking was Jaylen Brown. We got to give him his praise when it's due. He's not known for being the best distributor or making the best reads, but tonight he did it well, and it should be emphasized. I think he's really taking advantage and recognizing Kristaps' offensive ability and that chemistry they're building. It's beautiful to watch, and Kristaps has just made Jaylen Brown's playmaking life so much easier. JB was poised tonight. He was poised but decisive, and that's just what you want to see when he's on ball. Some more evidence this offense is clicking at another level. This is the second game in a row the trio of JT, JB, and KP have combined for 75 or more points, 77 or more points. And just the way the three are going about it, it's so fluid. Nobody is forcing things. Everyone understands when it's their time and when to feed the hot hand. Specifically KP being the third or even fourth option some nights. It's so impressive. He gets 10 to 12 shots, if that, and he's just guaranteed. If you give him 10 to 12 shots, he'll get you 20 to 24 points. And while we're talking about shooting and efficiency, let's talk about Hauser. He is still on his burner, 4 for 6 tonight from 3, 66%. I think for the month he's got to be up around 57. If this is the Hauser we get for the whole year, I mean, will he be in the six-man conversation? I don't know. I don't know if that's wishful thinking, but I think it's a possibility. I think it would be wrong not to mention Tatum's performance. Just another insane game, MVP level performance. It's a strange thing with Tatum this year because there are times when he's out there, I think to myself, is he sleepwalking? Is he fully engaged? The reality is he's just that smooth of a scorer. He doesn't look like he's trying that hard. You don't even notice where he's getting his points because it's just that easy for him. And I liked his approach tonight. He kept it dynamic. He had the drives going, got to the free throw line, shooting over guys in the mid-range, the smaller guys in the baseline. And by the end of the game, the three ball came around to him, he got rewarded. And I really believe that's what happens within the game. You play the right way, you get rewarded. We saw Tatum start 0 for 6 from 3, but he kept being aggressive, got buckets other ways. And by the end of the night, he had a 4-point play and finished 5 for 12 from 3. Other exciting news, Jrue Holiday hits 15,000 career points. I think on the broadcast they said out of the 6 or 7,000 players that have played in the NBA, he is the 179th player to hit that mark. That's impressive. Shout out Jrue. Overall, I thought the defense was good tonight. The Knicks are known as one of the more physical teams in the league, and it's nice to see the Celtics be able to match that. I think the intensity and the focus has really ratcheted up in the past 5 or 6 games. The Celtics did some interesting things tonight with the full court press, and they even had Jrue playing free safety for a bit. Full court press is something that I'm a fan of. Obviously, as an NBA team, you can't be doing that for a full 48 after every single made basket. But like Mazzulla said before the season, he's trying to find wrinkles or curveballs he could throw towards the opposing team. And it's something we've seen him do, and it's worked at moments, and it's caused turnovers, it's changed momentum, so I'm for it. This was one of those games where last season's team might have blown it, right? There was that moment there in the second half where you were unsure of which way the momentum was going to swing. It's really promising to see another game like the Toronto one or like the Miami one earlier in the year where Celtics are able to grab a game and just run away with it. I think as Celtics fans, we all kind of have a collective PTSD in those moments, right? Where the momentum is on the tipping point. You don't know which way it's going to swing. But this year's team, you could tell there's something different here. The Jrue Holiday, the Kristaps Porzingis edition was the perfect heart transplant for this team. I think we're about 4 or 5 minutes in, so let's do the quick hits portion right now. Is there something off with Al Horford, or is he just getting old? I mean, at this point in his career, he is 37. It's natural to see some regression, but I do feel like so far, this is the most like old man moments we've seen from him. I'm a huge Al Horford fan. Don't get me wrong. I always have been since those Florida days, right? Yes, I'm that old, but I have to acknowledge what I see. I like his energy. I like his spryness at times, right? Tonight we saw him with that baseline drive against, I think it was against DiVincenzo. He went up and dunked it, but he's shooting the ball poorly on the season, 24, 25%. He's dropping the ball in the post, and he had that really uncharacteristic turnover the late game against the Timberwolves. So what do you guys think it is? Let me know in the comments. Is it Father Time finally catching up to Al, or is it him just adjusting to his new role? Because before the season started, there was things that I was reading where he wasn't too excited about the idea of coming off the bench. Or is it just a little bit of both? Let's talk about D. White. I don't think he's been the same guy since he's gotten back. On the offensive end, on defense, he's still been the same dude, been phenomenal. But offensively, I don't think he's been as aggressive. Last 2 games combined, he's only taken 12 shots. I think it's coming from the decision to put Drew on ball more. I think Derek feels more in the flow of the offense and more aggressive just when he has his hands on the ball, when he's kind of dictating the offense. But it's really not too big of a deal. Derek isn't one to complain. He knows his role in this team. He doesn't have to put up 15 shots a game to impact winning. He impacts winning at a high level, doing a bunch of other things. As JJ Redick says, he is one of the best Alfreds in the league. And let's do some Knicks talk. I know in the past few episodes I've been talking about the opposing team just a little bit more, but it's something I really enjoy doing. I want feedback on how they feel about the Celtics and how they feel about their own team. I like the Knicks squad. I do. I can't lie. I enjoy Tibbs. I enjoy the way he coaches. He always has his guys playing hard. And I always have a soft spot for him because he's a Celtics guy. Brunson's that guy. He is that good. Every time I see him, he impresses me. The little pop shot he does in the mid-range, he just gets that spot at will. I wish RJ got to play tonight. I enjoy RJ's game. It looks like he's coming to his own a little bit more on the offensive end. I know everybody wants him to be that star Jay Barrett or whatever. I don't know if he'll ever get there, but I think ultimately where he ends up will be what the Knicks need. And you guys got nice surrounding pieces in Hart and Grimes. I really enjoy watching Quentin Grimes play defense. Hartenstein, he's a big physical body. You guys got to figure out that contract quickly. My question for teams like this, teams that could have home court in the first round but aren't necessarily ready to contend for a championship, what is the next step and how do you get there? I think ultimately it has to do with moving off of Randall, right? Don't get me wrong. Randall definitely gets too much crap for being 2-time All-NBA. I can't remember a guy in recent time, maybe Jaylen Brown's all in that way, who's 2-time All-NBA who gets so much slander. But at the same time, I kind of understand where it's coming from. He makes the game a lot harder on himself than it needs to be. And from what I've read, it doesn't seem like he's always that happy about his situation in New York or his role in the team. But I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm an outsider looking in. If there's any Knicks fans listening this far through, I appreciate you. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know your opinions on this game and how you feel about your team and what you want them to do going forward. And I'm going to wrap it up right there. Anybody who listened all the way through to this point, I really genuinely appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who subbed up. We are past the 50 sub mark. So that's pretty cool to me. If I could just find 1 or 2 people to relate with and talk basketball with, that's enough for me. Like I said, that's a wrap. Like, comment, subscribe. If not, it is no big deal. I'm here after every single Celtics game. All 82 will have a post game for me. All 82 plus I'll be here. Okay? So I'll talk to you guys Wednesday, November 15th. Philly, peace.